Hey guys, it's Colin Burnett coming to you here all the way from Queensland, Australia. I probably hear my accent. I grew up in Australia, but yeah, you'll just have to bear with me. Yeah, I wanted to talk to you more about my blog today, about how I rank it on the major search engines on Google, which is the biggest one, in case you don't know much about it. But before I talk to you about marketing your business and stuff like that, I just wanted to give you a bit of a overview, like a little bit more about me. If you don't know much about me, maybe you have been getting some emails from me. Maybe you've seen videos of me before, all those sorts of things. But basically, I come from a farming background in Queensland, sort of like ranching kind of thing, as you'd say in the US. I grew up out in basically in the outback, so I was quite isolated, away from towns, away from major cities. It's a little bit weird for people who have never who've never really done that sort of thing or been out there. It's kind of weird that you just live on a farm. You're not living in a town. You're not living in a big city. You might be living with your family. You might be kind of living with your employees, because my parents own um, farms and stuff like that, ranches. But it's a bit of a weird background. But for a boy, it's a nice childhood. I've got a brother and sister, and we grew up, plenty of physical stuff, running around outside and playing a lot of sport. And because I actually lived on a farm, I went away to a boarding school, and there's sort of not really much choice unless you live with your grandparents or something like that in a town. You have to go away to school and you have to live there. So it was kind of a really weird experience. It's kind of like going to college, but you're only 13 or something. It's not like I'm a genius and I got sent away early. I just went away to school, and luckily my parents thought it was sensible to send three of us, because we were pretty close together, away to school at the same time, which it made it easier for us, and we kind of still grew up together and still had friends at school, which was pretty cool. But boarding school was a really interesting time for me, because up until I was about 15, in the middle of high school, I didn't really have much care about life. I just played sport, did school, didn't really care about what I'm interested about. And then 16, 17, I'd chosen subjects at school that are really quite difficult, high level maths, physics, chemistry, all those sorts of things. And I really enjoyed that sort of thing, but I never really applied myself that well. I wasn't very good at applying myself to anything I had talent at. I was pretty good at athletics, hurdling and stuff like that, and running, jumping, all those sorts of things. But I just thought, if you had talent, you don't need to really train, or you don't have to do anything like that. And of course, I couldn't have been more wrong. But that was just a part of my life. It was a part of growing up. And so yeah, 16, 17, the final years of high school, I really struggled. I left school not knowing what I wanted to do. My dad said, come and join the family business for a little while. And I ended up staying 5 years. And the struggle with that was, I went basically into a management role for the family business without having any training at all, which is tough. It's a big struggle, and it was something that it's something that shaped my life as it is today, and it's something that it just took me a long time to get to where I am now, a lot longer than what it should have. Really, I think about it, but I don't have regrets. My dad was really good at teaching me how to work hard and get results. But dad was a typical small business owner that has never had any training either, really, and really kind of struggles with just day to day running of his business. He doesn't really have good employees. He doesn't have trusted mentors, all those sorts of things that you need to run your business properly. So I really went through a big struggle period there, where I was doing business the wrong way, business is going backwards, all that sorts of thing. until one day I had enough of the whole setup, and eventually it was a really good feeling. I left the business and I went traveling. So I went traveling for a good four years, working, traveling around. I was a qualified heavy machinery operator, stuff like that. I worked all sorts of things. I worked online. I studied a bit, studying business and stuff like that. And that traveling period was when I really worked out what I wanted to do with my life. And I realized that business was probably one of my main interests, along with traveling. And I also realized that I wanted to work for myself, because I don't really like having bosses always telling you the really small little things that you've got to do, and just basically treating you however they want to treat you, which is crap. I think I hate it. So that period where I traveled the world, I went to places like, mainly through Western Europe, UK, South Africa, all through Australia, a little bit of Asia, US, stuff like that. It really gave me the travel bug, and I still love traveling. I was in Orlando, I think six weeks ago or something, back in Australia at the moment. I've got a trip planned to Asia, Southeast Asia, New Zealand. I've already been to New Zealand, but I love the place. It's amazing. New Zealand's absolutely amazing if you've never been there. And through Australia as well, and some other big plans coming up this year. But to get back to the story, I wanted to create a business that I can run for myself without having to worry about people telling me what to do. So I was introduced to the online world when I was studying over in Germany, actually, and I was living over there, and I needed some sort of a job. So I started working online, writing articles for websites and stuff like that. And then I realized that the people owning the website are actually business owners. So I went on to create a blog and starting to promote affiliate products from the blog and sell advertising space on my blog and stuff like that, and making money from it that way. And it actually turned out really well. I rank on Google at the moment. It's not that of an easy feat. There's a few little tricks you've got to work out. You need help. A major lesson for me that I've learned in the last 12 to 24 months is that I can't do everything on my own. I need people that are smarter than me to help me do that. So basically today, I just wanted to give you a quick run through of how to rank your blog on Google, get plenty of traffic to it, and once you get traffic to your blog, you can do whatever you want. You can give them heaps of free value, which I do. I've got enough free value on my blog for people to be able to rank if they read every post. And I send them to other training videos of mine, free training on YouTube, all that sort of stuff. And I also, do stuff like that. So basically, I'll just screen share for you in a minute a few little tools that I use that are very cheap. Some of them are free, to promote my blog and get more backlinks and all those sorts of things. So to start off, you want to break blogging, ranking blogs. So there's two options with blogs. You can have a blog where you don't try and rank it in search engines. You just write posts and then you put it onto your Facebook page. You share it with your friends. It's depending what your goals are. So my goals are to get more customers in my business, to make more money, in effect. And in the meantime, I obviously want to be ethical. I want to give them heaps of value. I've got heaps of free training, all that sort of things. I'm here for coaching. I've got 30-minute coaching calls, all that sort of stuff. So basically, firstly, you can split blogging into two things. You've got on and off page SEO. Now, if you haven't heard about SEO before, it's a little bit of a learning curve. Basically, it's just optimizing, search engine optimization. So it's optimizing your blog on and off page for Google to want to find your blog and rank it up on the first page of search results. And that's what I do. So basically, on page is to do with keywords, to do with length of your blog. You ideally, if you want to rank for a fairly keyword with a lot of competition. You want to have a blog that's probably 1,500 words long, and some of your other blog posts might be 500. And there's other stuff like putting a video in your blog, putting a picture with an alt tag so that it's found in the search results as well. Not too many keywords. You don't want to go down the whole road of keyword stuffing and black hat SEO, where you get you're basically trying to trick Google to rank you, and then they find you out, and then your blog is basically ruined forever. So you've got that on-page setup where you get all that right, and then you've got off-page SEO. So off-page is generally to do with you want social media interaction. So you want people, you want likes, you want tweets, you want Google +1 shares. That's social media, and then you want backlinks from really good sites that link to your blog and with a similar topic, and that will give you more authority in Google. And then you've got a few other things, but mainly it's to do with backlinks. So you've got the social media backlinks, you've got other backlinks. Maybe you sort of to do with your on page as well, you link to other blogs with similar or better information than what you're providing, and then you're sort of in a network there, and Google can see that and all those sorts of things. And you don't want bad backlinks. But anyway, I've got a few tools here I just wanted to show you today about the off-page part of it. And just to give you an idea about how you can start, if you're writing your blog posts and optimizing them, how you can start getting a bit of vision and making a bit of a mark online and getting your blog going. So I'll just share my screen here, and yeah, I'll show you these couple of tools. So here is, I'll just change that. Okay, so here is my screen, and I'll just click over onto the first tool I'm talking about. Now this is, how I was saying before, the first thing you need, which is social media clicks and stuff like that. So shares, likes, all those sorts of things. And this social adder, if you can't see my screen, is socialadder.com. It is basically free to join to start with if you've only got a couple of blogs, and it's really easy setup for people who have never done this before. So this is literally really easy. Pricing at the top there, I think I was paying $20 a month or something like that once I got a few more blog posts, but it's free to start with. As you can see, you get the social media. We've got over here, Twitter, Google, or whatever it is, and Facebook, all those sorts of ones you want. And basically, you just put your URL in and a few words to go with it, and it'll share it for you. Social Monkey is another one. I think I was paying $30 US a month for it, and it gives you backlinks and also shares, and this is all crazy services on there. As you can see here, it's very cheap there at the moment. There's also, I'm not sure it's on here, but there's all the different social media networks it goes to. It's got a video sharing thing where you can put your YouTube videos up, and it will share them and like them and view them for you as well, which is absolutely crazy. So that's, yeah, if you shoot a video and put it in your blog post and then get it sharing, and then your blog post sharing, all those sorts of things, is absolutely crazy. It's great. And then I've got this one, which is a bit more hardcore. This is just pure backlinking. This will give you links from really good sites back to your blog. So you can pay for these services. It won't affect you on Google as long as you use them exactly the way they tell you. there's some problems with if you put a little description and you don't actually spin the words, or you don't keep changing the description. Google can pick up and see that you've been. It's a little bit. Yeah, Google doesn't like that, but there's other things like commenting on other blogs and then leaving a link back to your site. That used to be a really big thing, but it isn't anymore. And yeah, so you can use sites like this Unique Article Wizard Pro, all those sorts of things. So yeah, I've got the social media under, and then some backlinks, which are cheap as well, but they're really good quality, these ones. So if you can go to here's my personal blog here. You can see if I go down here how many shares. I've got 50. Facebook, Google, Tweet, LinkedIn, and StumbleUpon. Some of these have come from social ads. Some of them have just come because I put them in the network and people like them, share them, keep them going, stuff like that. There's other blog posts I've got that have got more than this. StumbleUpon's really good for sharing. I get a lot of traffic from StumbleUpon, actually. All those sorts of things. But as you can see with my site, I've got it very simple, and once you've got these backlinks sorted out going to it, you can use other things like alexa.com, which shows you how many backlinks you're getting to your site. But just before I finish up here, I just show you my blog post structure, and you just got the headline with your keyword in it, and then just make your blog post a little bit nice to read, and put a video in there, and generally they'll have a picture in there, and yeah, that's basically all it is, and that's got your on page set up. There's a few little tricks, but it's all basically, as long as you're doing things properly, you're not, you want your keyword in there so people can find you, but you don't want it every sentence, because it's generally between 1% and 2%. Otherwise, you won't. Yeah, you'll get in trouble with Google, and once you do, it's not cool. So basically, that's all it is for today. That's basically all I wanted to talk to you about today. So you've got the on and off page SEO, and yeah, blogging is really cool because it works overnight, it works 24 hours a day, it works wherever you are. You can add to it from wherever you are in the world. I like to put a lot of blog posts up from wherever I'm traveling to and all those sorts of things, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so I'll leave it with that with you today, guys. If you're ready to start blogging and you want to, I've got my own domain. You can buy your own domain as well and link it to a few different things. But I've made a lot of mistakes with my blog over the years before I've got to ranking #1 on Google. A lot of that black hat stuff I was talking about, accidentally, you hire people to help you rank your blog, and you don't realize what they're doing, and you don't know what's happening. But you want to make your blog great. So basically, I went through a lot of people asking me, they want to rank their blog as well, and I wasn't sure exactly how to handle it until I found a product that you can use where it's basically just a few buttons that helps you with all your on-page optimization, and then there's training to go with it that helps you with your off-page optimization. So it tells you how to rank, it tells you all these sorts of things, how to make a good video for your blog. Again, back to the on-page, how many words, links to put in there, all those sorts of things. If you're trying to rank your blog, even if you're not, it just makes it look good, and it's really easy to get started if you're not sure exactly what happens. And you can link your own domain to it, so it looks, brands you. Like, I'm always branding myself. My blog's my name, my main blog, and all those sorts of things. So I'll put a link to that product below this video if you're interested in it. I think it's a $7 trial at the moment. If you want to pick it up and then just grab it and just dive into it and have a look at it. And if it suits you, it suits you. If it doesn't, well, it's a trial. But it's something that I recommend to people. It's basically the only thing that I know that can help complete newbies, or even people that are halfway to ranking and they really struggling, they don't know what to do. It can help them get to where they want to be, which is ranking on Google, getting traffic where I am. And then you can keep improving your blog and all those sorts of things. And it also helps you with coaching and people around you, because if you've got people around you saying, everyone else except you saying, no, you can't do it, no, you can't do it, no, you can't do it, it's like being a highly paid athlete with a really bad crew around you, and you're not going to have success. So it's got a few different things that can help you. So I'll leave the link to that below this video anyway, and jump in and grab it. And I look forward to talking to you and to your success. If you're ranking on Google, put some comments below this. I want to hear your story from wherever you are around the world. I love traveling. I love talking to people, chatting to people, all those sorts of things. So that's it for me today. And yeah, grab that product, and I will see you.